Connecting. I think it might have worked. Seems to get a good frame rate. Okay, cool. I think this is going to work. As long as everybody can hear me, okay. I have to go back to the other thing to check the chat log. Give me 1 second. Hello. Hotkeys that I forgot about. There we go, that's better. Alright. So what I got in here is a big old chunk of wood inside a big old chunk of resin. Put a nice spirally pattern into the outside of the piece and popped it in the bucket. My hope, so I can turn this today, I think I'm only going to try to true it up and put my recess in the bottom so I can flip it over, making this the top. Hopefully make a lid without messing up a lid, so that the outside of the piece is covered in resin and the inside of the piece is wood, but enough to show that spiral pattern that I carved into there to make that resin show on the inside. So yeah, this is Total Boat resin. It's cured for about 5 days. I use some Pearl X flavors. I got a nice antique silver and a brown color. There's also some nice bright yellow down at the bottom for contrast. And I used some ink in there as well, brown and black liquid ink as well. Hopefully to be able to separate the colors a little bit and make some fun lines. Let's see. Do a little test spin. We're about 600 RPM right now. Alright, so when I start here, instead of going full bore with like a, instead of going for like a roughing gouge, I'm going to go for more something like this and take a teensy little bit off at a time. Hopefully get some nice little ribbons as well. Tight. Safety, safety, make sure everything's in the right place, locked down. Alright, so that puts our tool just about on center. Let's back up a little bit. Super gentle. Ouch. That's not bad. As long as I go slow and steady, be able to not have blowout. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Ow. Ow. Gentle now. Alright, so we definitely got some areas here that still need some cutting. Whew. Hey, we're getting there though. Oh, I was really hoping not to show the wood at the bottom of the thing again. Thought I made it small enough to fit in there without that. Okay, no, that's all right. It's fine. I am gonna get my scraper though. You know, just when I thought I had all my tools laid out right where I wanted, I really need them. You know, I think most of the time I spend in here, I spend looking for the tool I just put down. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so I modified my round nose scraper a little bit here. Let's see how I move that edge kind of out and around. Is it going to focus or not? There we go. So I'm just going to try to get in the bite to expose here because I don't want to lose any of this because this is like the only yellow bits I got here. Do I want to make that the top? No. Alright, scrape away. So, okay, a little bit more. Jeez, I can almost sand this already. Alright, that's going to be neat. That'll be neat. It's going to get in there a little bit more. I'm going to raise that burr on this thing here. Alright. Just use this. Yeah, just a little piece of flat metal just to raise up the burr on the end of the scraper. As you can see, a little bit right here is not cut yet. A little bit right here is not cut yet, and a little bit right here. So I just got to get those. And then decide if I do want to flip it or if I want to have this be the top. I think my shed's haunted. That's bouncing a lot. Why is that bouncing a lot? Whoa. Okay. Put that up to about 750. Is that acting weird? Oh. All right, I think that's as much as that's going to get because it's really in there. I'm really just having a debate with myself at the moment whether or not I want to try to change up my plans here a bit. Get that computer cleaned up, huh? All right, my dust protection system for my laptop's not quite working as well as I wanted it to, but that's fine. We're going to keep going. So what I'm trying to do is figure out if I actually want to have this part be the bottom, or if I want to cut into here like I planned before, because like that yellow color on the bottom is neat. I want to make sure I show it off. Too bad there's nobody in the chat, right? Yeah. 0 viewers. Let me share. Oh wait, I'm not logged into any of my other socials on here, am I? What? Nope. That's what I get for not using my laptop for any of my social media stuff and only using my phone. Timeout on that for just a second. Cool. All right, I'm going to shape this out for the bottom, so I'm going to change my plan around. This is going to be the bottom. I'm going to try to shape this as best I can with the material I have left on the bottom of here. because I've already got it in a tenon, so that's just, you know, I've got a pretty well established base there. And then blend that up into the resin, and then hopefully be able to at least start hollowing. But I gotta figure out what I'm gonna use. Might be able to push right through that. So this one here is a very, very flat grind. The angle there is almost pushed up to the center, very shallow this way. See what I mean? So it's definitely got that fingernail on it, and then a little bit extra on the bottom to clear away the remainder so that you don't, you know, bump me into the thing there. So let's hope this works. Ow! Damn it! Okay, that was a little lot. That was a lot. Ooh, one of them got me good there. Alright, that been a little too much. Oh, goodness. That's... Okay, back to carbide. You know, I had all this stuff when I started. I took quite a bit of shrapnel on that one. Oh, man. Oh, it's all up under my ring. That's why we wear this. Technically, I should have eyeglasses on as well as a face shield, because depending on who makes it and what it's made out of, they're made to use in tandem, as where your face shield may not necessarily be a replacement for your safety glasses. Okay, still on center. Ugh. Alright, this is going to be tough, but if I go slow and steady, that's so much blowout right there, though. That's a huge chunk. Alright, nice and easy. Start with the wood, work into the resin. Alright, I'm almost there. Oh, this is a nice piece of wood too. It's gonna be cool. Gonna get down a little deeper and make that smaller so I get the inside of this. This is where my spiral pattern starts down here. Let's see, it goes 2 lines going up this way. Just about ending here somewhere, I think. So a tiny bit more to go here. And the rest of that I'll be able to flatten and adjust when I flip it over. Maybe I should stick to my original plan. This is why I try not to make a plan, okay? Every time I try to make a plan, something either goes wrong or ends in terrible disaster or pieces in chunks all over the floor. You know, like, I'm sure we all have a miserable fail pile somewhere, right? That's the thing, once you start questioning yourself. Alright, so I'm just going to bring this down and see what that looks like. Wee. Wee. Trying to think, but nothing's happening. How much of these yellows get turned away from the top here? Alright, so I'm going to flatten out the bottom, and then I'm going to think again about whether I want to, which end is going to be which here. Boy, that's weird. Why is that? Huh. I'm going to try to give like a light finishing straight. Hold on, before I do this part. There's some of these marks going across this way in like weird diagonal type patterns. And that seems like that's from this scraper bouncing off of there. This should be all fully cured, so I don't know why that would bounce like that. I'm going to try to hopefully not screw it up with this nice little round guy and get in there. if that shows up. Yeah, it does. Look at that, like tiger stripe. Like what? You know, I think it might just be too hot. Weird. All right, yeah. So definitely decided this is going to be the top. I'm going to try to hollow this bad boy out and hope that I won't have to work any magic, and then that tenon will hold up for the hollowing process. Actually, you know what? Do I want to put a ring on it? I mean, I like it, but I don't know if I want to put a ring on it. Might be too big. Measure old device. 135. Nope. This is too big to go on there. So there goes that idea. Indecision. Indecision is killing me. Change it back over to my diamond pointy there. I'm going to flatten up this bottom. Cut in a recess. No. Flatten out the bottom. This is not the bottom, it's the top. Why am I so back and forth? It's because it's live. I would never ever question this if this was just me by myself. I don't know, man. It's because like I want a lid on it, but I'm not good at making a lid. That would make a nice lid, though. Unless that side was a lid. I'm just confusing myself here more and more the more I stare at it. You know what I'll do for fun? I'll take a peek at what this is going to look like once I sand it up. Going through a couple of grits real quick. Because why not, right? Because why not? Stand by while I dig up this mess here. Real quick, let's see. I'll get through most of it. Fresh 120, please. Thank you. Oh, where's my... Yeah, I thought I had my holy block out too. Most of the time with these resins, you gotta clean the little nibs off of your sandpaper. You lose little swirly marks, so you don't really. There you go. What are these waves in there for? It's not a pool moth. How are we doing there? Still on point? Still online? Hooray! Still full frames. Still nobody watching. Whatever. Those lines are really gonna bug me. Like, why? Remember, this is just not going to be finalized this way. This is just because I'm curious to see what some of this is going to turn out like once we get a little more sanding on there. Okay. All right. A couple of scratch marks, but it's getting warm in here. Yeah, that's gonna look good. There's a lot of color difference. It's hard to differentiate the colors between brown and gray without it being shiny quite yet. But you can definitely see some of the veins and differences, and the way that yellow worked in there and all that. Again, there's so many scratch marks in there right now. This is definitely not done for the outside. But with the way this, the more I'm looking at this little lip right here, instead of lopping that off and making that the top, like I'm just gonna flatten the bottom, recess, flip it over, cut a lid, and hollow it. I don't know a lot of time for that today. I only got about an hour left. So let's see where we're at after you flatten the bottom and flip it around. Alright, I should have enough. Ooh, I'm getting into the wood down there already. That'll be fun. That means there might not be as much resin on the inside showing as I think there would have been. Alright. About enough depth on my. Yep, take this out of here. Punch this out just a little. Realize that's not flat. Alright, buckets. Alright, we get some wood in there, we get some resin in there. A little tiny bit more depth for the tenon here too, so. Tool just to get the depth so the bottom is flat. By the bottom I mean where the bottom of the chuck is going to rest against the bottom of the piece and not the bottom of the bowl itself. I'm going to skew, flatten out the rest of that bottom more. Okay. That yellow does look good against those other earthy tones, I guess. It's trying so hard not to have the thing poke through on the side like that. One of these days I'm going to get it. One of these days I'm going to get it right. Okay, get about, not too much longer. Let's get this off of here. There we go. Yeah, always remember making stuff super duper helpful to make sure that when you put a thing on a tenon, you put that tenon up in there. Which camera am I looking at? Oh, it's dark as heck. Yeah. Mark your centers. Mark your centers. See mark in the center? Mark in the center. Same thing here. I made sure before I took it off, made sure before I took that off of there on that opposite side that center adequately marked. Save a bunch of headache later on. Ding, ding. Test the spin. How is that only very slightly off center? Wait a minute. What the heck? It's even worse. Alright, so my center on the tenon was not the center because it must have grown. Alright, pain in the butt. I really don't want to read through this whole thing. Figure this out here, okay? See, this is the part they cut out of all of the stuff. And you see those short 15, 20, 30-minute things. Yeah, this is the pain in the ass part they cut out. Okay, so definitely flush there. Nope. Yeah, I think that's as good as that's going to get. That was kind of weird. Oh, well. Alright, back to the bowl gouge. like a decent shape for a lid on a thing, right? Sure. That green in there is awesome. Man, I am so afraid of making a lid right now. Where are these white spots? Is it raining again? I think it's raining again. I have about 45 minutes. Wait a damn minute. No, that's gonna fit. All right. Panic moment. We're starting to think ahead a little bit, making sure that my cold jaws will be big enough to hold on to the lid when I need to reshape it a little bit. So, committed now, right? Sure. A little more RPMs there, just cut through. Whoa, that was weird. I may need to sharpen this up. Good? No, that's fine. So I think my other mistakes with making lids is that I'll use the parting tool to cut the whole thing off. And what I end up with, if I make the thing, come on, gimme. You know, if you make it two widths of that little blade for that, oh my God, come on. Anyways, what you end up is little dinky fucking lip like that. Oop, excuse my language. I know I'm live. That doesn't do much good holding anything tight. So this is closer to almost 10 millimeters. And then I'm going to actually have to saw, separate the rest of the lid. So that way I have that solid, you know, almost 10 millimeters to work with there instead of, you know, less than 5. My problem with this one was it was fine and fit good and dandy until I sanded it down just a little too much. So So I think for now, what I'm going to do to try and wrap up is try to get a little more design, something nice and top here. Clean up the top of this, and then I might go back to resanding and finishing most of the outside. Yeah, I think that sounds like a plan. I think that's what I'm going to do. Finish up the top of the lid, finish the outside, and then I can worry about finishing the bottom here when I flip the whole thing over to remove the tenon. So let's think. I don't need the parting tool, but I do need to find out where I put it just to make sure I put it away. No. So much instant. I have an instant replay button, and it would be awesome if I had it on, because then I could probably see where I just put down my tool. Yeah, good majority of this is just going to be aimlessly wandering. Again, looking for that thing. Oh, that's because it fell back here. Okay, that makes more sense. Huzzah! Yeah, let's get that out of here. All right, so we're going to start over with our sanding adventure here. We do not need to. You know what? I'm just going to sand the crap out of that top there and do something. And we're going to start with 120 because we don't need to go all the way back to 60 or 80 or anything like that. Dun, 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 dun. The exciting part. Did it go to Twitter? Yeah, whatever. Pretty sure I put it on my F-book. Who just messaged me? Whoa, what is going on? Okay, one of my group chats is exploding right now. Figure that out in a minute. What is this here? Oh no, alright. Okay, that's unfortunate, but I'm gonna keep moving on here. Oh, it's looking good. Minimal sanding too. It's not taking a ton of effort. Like I turn around to grab the sanding block that I thought I just had over here. What is with these little lines right here? Go away. Anybody wonders why some of these resin things are so expensive when you see them? This is partly why. It doesn't take a whole ton every time, but depending on how you want it, I could sit and sand forever anyways. Something really cathartic about it, I don't know why. $220. $220. Hot. Oh, that's why. Definitely don't need, 1200 RPM for sanding. Oh yeah, this is gonna look nice. Even that right there is looking really good, just at 220. A couple of sand marks I gotta work out here. How am I doing on time? At about 30 minutes. All right, you know what? Sand this all the way up to 8 or 1,000. I might throw the finish on the outside today just to see if I can stay excited about this thing without wanting to burn it. God's honest truth. It's like I swear, I did prepare for this live to have everything out and ready. Did I just bury everything for my whole sanding portion under everything else? Sure did. Alright, more of the boring part. Yeah, did I forget to put on my dust mask when I started doing this? Sure did. All right. 320. That's 400. 20. Ah, geez. A little brighter in here with that door open. Okay. Finish up that bottom aft. Time for wet sanding. You'll see why I use quotation marks when I say wet sanding. 400. We'll dry paper towels. So what I do once I move into the 4, 6, 800 range of sandpaper, like if I'm working on wood and it's just wood, it's just going to be dry. I'm not even going to bother to wet sand plain wood. But with the resin, to get our wet sand, instead of water, I'm going to soak this thing up with mineral oil. So the oil is going to help lubricate and keep the dust down in much the same way as water. Be a little bit easier to clean. Watch, ready? Get a little bit on the piece. A couple drops on the sandpaper. What I do is hold the sandpaper, the blue shop towel, under it like that, so the shop towel picks up all the gunk. speed just a little more for this last one, then we'll move on to 6 and 800 grit. Oop, there goes my paper. Okay. I'll be careful with that one too. Look at that. I can see the difference between gray and brown and yellow, maybe. Yeah. All right, let's move on up to our 6 and our 8. Do a little polish, and I think, unfortunately, that's where I'm going to have to call it a day. All right, a couple of 600 2-inch discs. We'll do in just the same manner there. You know, these little 2-inch sanding discs are really great to buy in bulk. You can get a whole mess of them all at once, and the problem is that not all of the little punch outs actually have the number on them. Did I take the time to write down each grid on each one of the thousands that I bought? No. Did they spill out all over the floor? Yeah. So I'm still dealing with that. Okay, 800. Oh, you know, I get some of this oil in there too, just so it doesn't move on me. I don't know. I think that came out pretty darn cool. Not that I'm done yet, but let's get some of that in there as well. Look at that, huh? I'm definitely going to have to come up with some neat idea for the, maybe a little fenule or something for the top there. How am I doing on time? Doing pretty good so far. Hooray, I still had not a one viewer. Hooray. Please check the video resolution. Why is my widget? The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended. Huh. I think some of my settings are off. I wonder if this is actually working like legit. I'll have to go through and change some of the other things. Oh well. Stream system health. Okay, where was I? Let's go to 1000 grit, right? Do I even have any more sanding marks I gotta take out of this? Let's see. Nope. All right, let's do some wax. Let's do the old homemade abrasive polishing paste before we do my that wood's gonna take that shine real nice. I gotta make sure I want the old paste out of that center hole before I try to glue anything else in there. I don't know what else I'm gonna be able to do today on this. I'm gonna have to saw that off by hand, meaning the lid in here, because like I was saying before, that would make that lip there a little too small. I'll take a good old-fashioned saw, lop the whole top of it off there, hopefully get a nice clean straight cut, hollow out the bucket, make sure the lid fits on, and then I'd be all set. Well, I'd have to flip it over and finish up the bottom too. So I don't even want to start cutting that today. I'm already sweating. Okay, do I take a break? Do I come back? Do I do more? It's too bad there's nobody in here. Somebody give me some advice. What is that warning? Well, let's at least keep a close up, eh? You can see right there, that's the start of the spiral pattern that I have cut in there. Where'd it go? There it is. Comes up through there and pokes up into the top of that light. All right, I think I'm satisfied for the day on this one. Whoa, whoa now. What happened here? We are all kinds of, there we go. Okay. I think I'm going to be back again in it tomorrow. Not that anybody came in and joined me on this one, but probably take quite a few of them before I actually get an audience. So we're going to cut this now. Pick it up again tomorrow afternoon. Scruffy